Okay, I'm going to show you some things you could do with your grades, and I'm at sheets.google.com. I'll just type it in so you can see how to get there quickly, and then it redirects you to a different, it looks a little different, the URL. You can start a blank spreadsheet, but we're just going to overwrite it with a file that I have on my computer. I'm going to import, I'm going to upload from my bogus grades. They're actually the real grades from my exam 1, but I scrambled the lines and changed the names. Obviously, I made bogus names, but it's actually the real data. So one thing I wanted to do is, okay, like I'm gonna just change the name here, my bogus grades, and now that's stored in my Google account. I could make the names bold like this. Okay, notice I colored these guys green to indicate that this is the common question. These are the common questions that we're collecting, and I want to make sure I don't forget which ones they are so I can analyze them later. So I put little notes to myself. So you can just see different things you can do here. I wanted to show you how to find the sum of something. So if you wanted to add up all the different grades, so this is question 1, question 2, question 3, etc. Then that's how you would do that. And then I can get statistics for the whole exam here, average of say N2 to N26, and the median for N2 to N26. And in fact, I'm getting the medians for all my different questions. I'm going to click here, I'm going to go shift, click, and then I can stretch this a little bit if I like, because I wasn't really able to see some of these numbers. There we go. So the first time I saw somebody do this, I thought they were crazy because I thought they were going to make a lot more work for themselves. But as it turns out, you actually make a lot less work for yourself, because then you have to type all these into a calculator anyway if you're going to add up the totals. And so you may as well just let the spreadsheet do it. And it's much easier to find errors because you can glance and say, yep, that looks good. If you accidentally gave somebody 12 points in this question, you would notice right away. So it just really cuts way back on the errors. And if somebody needs an exam regraded, you don't have to re-add it because you just open up the spreadsheet, change the question, and you can immediately see the new total. So there's a lot of advantages, both in terms of analysis, in terms of making your work easier when you're grading. One thing I notice is that I no longer think of it as just them anymore. So this column is grading them, but this row is grading me. If one of these is really low, it means I wrote a poor question. Or maybe I did it on purpose, but this is grading me and this is grading them. So it really changes the way I feel about my grading, that I'm getting feedback as well as giving them feedback. I wanted to show you how you can pull some of these things over into other sheets. So you see right here there's a plus symbol. Here's the plus symbol if you want a new sheet, but I don't want this new sheet. So I'm going to delete it, but that's how you would get a new sheet. But this already has 4 sheets in it. I wanted to show you how to pull things over. So notice how, like in the first sheet, I put name, Amy, Brett, whatever, and I want to pull those names over. I use equals exam 1 exclamation point A1. That means I'm going to the sheet called exam 1 and I'm pulling out of this cell. And so that's how I would do that. And then let's say I build my second exam over here, then I can pull over a summary later. So each one of these pages, exam 1, exam 2, final, they're going to each have different values in there. And then on the summary sheet, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say like equals exam 1 exclamation point, and I don't know, maybe it's S2. I don't know what it is. That's probably wrong. Let me see what. It's at N. That's why there was a blank. It's N2. Actually, I'm going to just write exam 1 here, and then I'm going to say equals exam 1 exclamation point N2, and then I will pull that grade over. Since I'm on the Google Sheets, it's going to suggest that I autofill. I clicked the wrong thing. I didn't autofill properly. So I'm just going to drag that down and autofill. If I don't like the fact that it's justified to the left, I can put it in the center. I can put the whole thing to be justified in the center if I prefer, or I could just go ahead and put everything justified to the right. Whatever is your preference. But the point is, this allows you to pull grades over, and then you can do summaries like averages. You can even do like scatter plots right in here. Maybe I'll do another video to show you that later in the semester. But just to get you started in the semester, this is what I recommend, that you set yourself up with this. I'll email you guys a copy of this document so you can play with it if you want. Okay, I think that's enough.